Ladies and gentlemen, not many people know this right now. A lot of people are sitting here after the FOMC decision and they saw the Bitcoin pumped very minorly and they're thinking nothing really happened. But I'm going to tell you that something actually did happen, right? In yesterday's video, before the FOMC decision, before the interest rates discussions came out, we made a video saying it could all start right here. And in that video, I clearly outlined that Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, Ethereum, the S&P 500 markets as a whole could be on the brink of a major nudge in the right direction, which could roll into a much bigger decisive breakout. Now that nudge has occurred. We've done the first thing we needed to do. The first step has been taken. And now there are clear objectives that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the S&P 500 has. And if we mark those objectives, if we reach those objectives, if we do those things, which are outlined in this video, we could be on the route here for a major recovery. The first step has been taken. Can we take the rest? I'll discuss exactly what's happened in this video and exactly what needs to happen as well. Before we get into it today, guys, we have an exchange here that has never been hacked before in 3.5 years of being on the market. That is global non-KYC. You can sign up from anywhere in the world and use this exchange without a VPN. And furthermore, with my referral link down below, you can get a 15% trading fee discount attached to your account for life, as well as $8,000 plus USDT in trading rewards added to your account as trading bonuses for signing up with my referral link down below. This is big stuff here. It's an excellent deal. I reached out to them for partnership. They did not reach out to me. I don't get paid by them. The only thing I get is a referral link. And if you want all those things I just mentioned, which you should, trust me, I've done the scouting of the market, you can use my link down below to sign up. It takes 30 seconds and you'll get those rewards and bonuses and you'll help out the channel. I appreciate that, guys. Let's get into the content. As usual, guys, I don't see a need to talk about every single thing in the market. I'm going to talk about what you need to know, what you need to hear, and what has happened. This is all new stuff in this video today, new content that you have not heard before. So let's dive into it. Bitcoin right now is in a large descending wedge formation, very similar to the large descending channel we saw that encompassed the entirety of 2024. It is a bullish structure, a bullish market pattern. Now, what's happened isn't necessarily bullish. We dropped below our macro range. We formed a double top formation. It's not really bullish that we're here in the first place, but the point is we are still in a macro upwards trend within a large macro bullish structure. So we can't really say that Bitcoin's in a very bearish position. It's certainly in a position of uncertainty because we're in a price region that we have not spent much time in historically, which is between around 74,000 and 86,000, which limits our predictive capabilities. But luckily, we have some new data here. Given the fact that we have this descending wedge, we have obviously a clear objective. We need to break that wedge to the upside and avoid breaking it to the downside. That's very clear. But within that wedge, something very interesting was happening yesterday. On the 4-hourly chart, you can see within the broader wedge, which is outlined by these two yellow lines here, we had another, I guess some sort of triangle formation, maybe some sort of wedge formation. It was kind of hard to validate, but we certainly had a resistance line, which we managed to break to the upside after the FOMC decision, and we broke that to the upside with a surge in volume. Now that's great to see. A surge in volume means that there was excess buying that happened upon the breakout there, meaning that line was valid and people were reacting to it. And now, given that breakout, we should actually be heading to the top of the descending wedge formation. So we should see a very important macro retest in the coming days here. But what's more interesting is that was the first step in the right direction. The second step has actually been taken as well. And that was a momentum breakout on Bitcoin on the daily chart. Absolutely exceptional stuff. Momentum indicators are so important. Guys, we have to remember, it is the daily chart RSI that front ran or foreshadowed the breakdown Bitcoin saw last month. We draw this line right here. I'll make it pink so you can see exactly what I'm looking at. We had a massive support line here on the daily chart RSI. That support line broke right here on the 23rd of February, which was 2 days before the actual major breakdown that took Bitcoin down from 95,000 all the way to around 76,000 or 78,000, I should say, in a matter of less than a week. Okay, it was the RSI. It was the momentum indicator that did that. The RSI broke and then the crash happened. Right? In this case, the RSI has broken, but this time to the upside. And if we're following what we did last month, a break to the upside here in the RSI could lead to a massive surge to the upside in the price chart. This is actually being extrapolated not extrapolated, but being exemplified as a much bigger, I suppose, much bigger potential breakout, because at the same time as we saw this breakout of the momentum indicator on the RSI, we're also seeing volume compress quite heavily here on the daily chart, meaning we will likely see a spike in volume very soon, whether it be to the upside or the downside. But given what's happening here contextually, it makes more sense to see it to the upside. So what does Bitcoin need to do now? Now that it's taken these two steps in the right direction, step one being breaking this minor resistance line, step two seeing a momentum shift on the RSI, which is very, very good. Well, first and foremost, it needs to hold that momentum shift. We can't see this price action roll over. If it rolls over, it's a data to fake out. You may as well forget it even happened. If it continues to the upside and we start attacking the top of this wedge, obviously our first step is to break that wedge. But one of the main objectives I'm seeing for Bitcoin right now, in my view, is breaking above the daily chart Gaussian channel center line. Specifically because that is the level that led to 3 consecutive weeks of rejections on Bitcoin before we saw that definitive crash at the end of last month. That level currently stands at around 95,000, and breaking the wedge will pretty much line up with a break of that Gaussian channel level. So basically 95,000, 96,000, if Bitcoin can get there, it's more or less in the clear once again, and we can continue looking for all-time highs once again as well. Now, the very interesting thing about this breakout on Bitcoin is it's not isolated to Bitcoin. It's all kind of charts. We look at Ethereum, for example, something very similar has happened. Now, without going into too much detail in charting Ethereum has macro support right here, or previously did. It had another macro resistance zone right here, which was, again, previously macro support. We broke both of them to the downside. It's been getting absolutely wrecked this cycle so far. Altcoins are probably at the point in which they won't be as strong as they previously were in prior cycles. Even if the market does continue a bull market, I don't expect altcoins to perform ridiculously well like they did in the past. We should see an altcoin season of some sort, but its strength, in my view, will be quite dilated in relation to what we've seen historically. This is kind of aside from the point, though. We did a whole video on that the other day. If you want to see it, there it is. Altcoin season is destroyed. This happens instead. The title is relatively consistent with what's in the video there. I highly recommend you actually watch the video. It's quite complicated. Anyway, getting back to the point. Just like Bitcoin, right? Just like Bitcoin, Ethereum has also seen a shift in momentum. Its daily chart RSI resistance, just like Bitcoin, breaking to the upside, shift in momentum is very, very important here on the Ethereum chart, just like on Bitcoin. And with that shift in momentum, we have also managed to see a small breakout here on the 4-hourly time frame, a clear resistance zone forming similar to Bitcoin's clear resistance in the 4-hourly chart time frame, and a clear volume surge right there with a breakout on Ethereum. Obviously, there's lots of progress that Ethereum still needs to make. For one, it needs to get back above its prior macro support, which it recently lost. That is this level around here. I'll just draw a horizontal line so you can see it somewhere around there, 2,100. That is the clear target for Ethereum. But the fact that it's matching Bitcoin, the fact that just like Bitcoin, seeing a momentum shift with a volume surge, with a small local breakout, doing the exact same thing as Bitcoin, that's definitely a major step in the right direction. Exactly the same thing can be said on the S&P 500. So traditional markets are following this pattern. S&P 500 had a horizontal macro resistance zone right here. It dropped below that resistance. It was testing it yesterday, and with the FOMC decision, it managed to break back above that level yesterday. In my view, the S&P 500 needs to get above its bull market support band, which is, let's go ahead and bring it up, right there, around 5,900. So still some progress to make. And this kind of, I guess, reiterates, I should say, the entire message of this video. All of these charts, Bitcoin, Ethereum, right, S&P 500, they've all done very good things. They've all shifted momentum back to the upside. They've all taken some resistance back as support. They've had the start of their breakouts. There are small volume surges going on. It's not enough to be fully bullish yet. We haven't seen quite enough yet because no medium-term structures have actually been broken, like this wedge is still intact, for example. But it's certainly good steps in the right direction. Even the altcoin market cap chart, after its devastating 2.5-year-long weekly chart RSI breakdown, is retesting that level and trying desperately to get back above it. So obviously it needs to do that, but this is a good step in the right direction. Hopefully we can do so. One of the things in my view that has led to this opportunity across markets, specifically on Bitcoin, let's just focus on Bitcoin, keep it simple, is the weekly chart RSI support zone we formed right here. You can see that line in yellow. We formed a base there in that weekly chart RSI support. And we also started forming a base just above the weekly chart Gaussian channel, which is exactly what we did back here in 2024. 2024, just like right now, was a pattern formation, consolidation / correction. We're seeing the same thing now, some sort of descending wedge, just like 2024. And just like 2024 as well, we're scraping the top of that Gaussian channel on the weekly chart, which in 2024 gave room for a bounce. Hopefully this time it can do it again. So nothing is actually really happened in the sense that there's no actual breakout on a major scale here, but these small steps in the right direction, just like what I said yesterday, could easily have a domino effect, a cascade effect into a bigger breakout. So we've got an opportunity here on Bitcoin. Things are happening in these charts, and all you need to do is look at them. Most people aren't looking at them. I'm showing you them here today. If you appreciate that, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And before we end the video, Go ahead and check out the Bitunix exchange. Guys, it's global, non-KYC. You can sign up from anywhere in the world. It's never been hacked before. It's been on the market for 3.5 years. It's a very, very good track record. Low fees, hundreds of trading pairs, never been hacked before. No VPN required, none of that. All good from anywhere you are. You can use my link down below and get a 15% trading fee discount attached to your account for life, as well as $8,000 in trading rewards by signing up and doing some challenges there on the exchange exclusively with my referral link. Use that link down below, help out the channel and help out yourself by getting on a good exchange. You will not regret it. And then the last thing I'll mention is my VIP group. Unfortunately, it's actually, shouldn't really mention it, it's closing until April 13th. But if you're interested in getting VIP trading signals, altcoin trading signals, put it in your notepad, put it in your calendar. On April 13th, it's opening back up and you can get in there. So check it out. Guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you soon.